Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurhadiah binti Salim. I'm from Group 7 and we gonna present about personality disorder. Personality is the way of thinking, feeling and behaving that makes an individual unique compared to others. An individual personality is influenced by experience, environment such as surrounding and life situation or because of inherent characteristics. Meanwhile, personality disorder is a type of mental disorder in which you have a rigid and unhealthy pattern of thinking, functioning and behaving, and it lasts over time. This causes critical issues and limitation in relationships, social activities, work and school. Referring to DSM-5, there are three clusters of personality disorder, which is cluster A, cluster B, and cluster C. The movie that we choose, titled Catch Me If You Can, directed by Steven Spielberg. It is 2002 film and the genre crime and drama. This movie is based on a true story about Frank Abagnale Jr., who successfully defrauded millions of dollars in checks as a Pan-American pilot, doctor, and prosecutor. Before his 19th birthday, FBI agents, which named Carl Henry, made it their duty to imprison him. Frank not only eluded the captives, but he also devoted himself to the government as FBI under the check fraud section. That's all from me. Thank you.
Have you ever met someone who is constantly alone and doesn't want to interact with the environment? Try detecting it. Maybe it's a sign of schizoid. Schizoid personality disorder is a type of personality disorder that causes a person to have absolutely no interest in engaging in social interaction. Schizoid sufferers will usually feel very uncomfortable when they are involved in interaction with someone. Therefore, schizoid sufferers are relatively close individuals and tend to do solitary activities in order to avoid interacting with other people.
It's a mathematical fact. It's like Vegas. The house always wins.
Oh, Carl, I'm sorry, but I have to go.
You didn't call just to apologize, did you?
What do you mean?
You have no one else to call. Oh.
As in the film Catch Me If You Can, we will recognize the character of Carl, where in the film he is described as cold, very secretive, rarely talks and tends to have no interest in having a close relationship with anyone.
Hello, I'm Hansa and I will explain the definition of antisocial personality disorder and why Frank as the main character in this movie consistent with the antisocial personality disorder. First, antisocial personality disorder is a complex aspect of personality disorder characterized by impulsive, reckless, and frequently criminal behavior. The story in this movie stems from disorder of psychological development of child whose parents are divorced and resorted to negative behavior.
My name is Mr. Abignan.
What's your name?
Brad, why don't you get up here?
They sent for me. They said they needed a sub for Roberta.
Oh, I always sub for Roberta.
In this scene, Frank disguises himself as a teacher at the school to get back at the boy who annoys him, and even expels the teacher who is supposed to teach the subject. Frank also manipulates check certificate for his personal gain without thinking about the consequences of his action in the future.
Frank.
In the following scene, Frank pretends as a student interviewing pilots about pilot specific. He learned pilot's knowledge and earned pilot's uniform. People respected and valued Frank as a pilot, which made him easier to use fact checks.
Those ID badges that I've seen pilots with?
A license. That looks just like this.
Do you think I can make a copy of this to put into my article?
Are you a real-life pilot?
South America, Australia, Singapore, Egypt.
Well, what is he doing?
He's making real checks, sir. These are so perfect the airline didn't know the difference.
And also Although Frank's habit of changing jobs made him even more difficult to catch, he repeatedly broke the law and showed no remorse.
Hi everyone, I'm Goen Singh and I will continue present the second characteristic of antisocial personality disorder. Plotted in this movie is deceitfulness. Deceitfulness is defined as the act of concealing the truth to gain advantages. In the movie Catch Me If You Can, the main character, Frank Abagnale Jr., engages in deception to satisfy his own need. He deceives for money because he needs money to survive. Frank cheats and flirts with all the girls just to benefit from them, because it is easier for the girls to let their guard down. Especially when Frank has good looks, is well dressed, and always shows confidence in himself. These are enough to make women attention and make them interested in him. He first uses the necklace to deceive Madame Ashley to cash a check, after which he uses the same tactic on Marcy, a stewardess, to develop a sexual relationship and obtain sexual satisfaction at the same time. Besides that, Frank also defrauds bank office lady after coincidentally knowing that airline can cash their check at airports. In order to forge check himself, he flirts with the bank office lady, Miss Forrest. In addition, Frank marries Brenda because of her wealth. Frank tells his father that if he marries Brenda, he will get a brand new Cadillac car, 60,000 houses, jewelry and purse when he gets married with Brenda. From these scenes, we can find that Frank deceives through marriage and covets the benefits of health that marriage brings to him. Furthermore, before Frank and Brenda get engaged, Frank flirts with her with sugar-coated and lurid speech to gain her trust and have sex. In conclusion, the abnormal disorder found in the movie Catch Me If You Can, namely schizoid personality disorder and antisocial personality disorder, which often has an impact on human life. In short, schizoid and antisocial personality disorder have an impact on daily life, and therefore it is necessary to treat them in order to lead to a fairly normal life. Mental disorder can also affect a person's life. Do not underestimate it. For those who suffer from mental illness, it is important to face it and cure it, because there are treatments for mental disorder as well. That's all from our group. Thank you for lending your ears to listen to us.